And now for our next news special report.
Tonight's special report is one you cannot afford to miss. We're diving into a story that's sending shockwaves through the heart of our republic. In Waterloo, Iowa, former President Trump didn't just speak, he launched a scathing attack on deranged Jack Smith, igniting a firestorm in the political arena. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've unearthed startling developments in the Hunter Biden saga, revealing ties that lead straight to the upper echelons of the Biden administration. It's a tangled web of intrigue and implications stretching from the cornfields of Iowa to the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. What we're about to reveal will challenge everything you thought you knew about the current administration, so brace yourselves as we unravel this complex story and stay with us till the final thought that will redefine the political discourse in our great republic. Now, before we dive into our hard-hitting report, let's take a moment. Just like you depend on us for top-notch news, your home relies on electricity. There's a twist. Energy bills are skyrocketing. It's like the endless investigations and political games in Washington, draining your wallet. And that's where this little gadget comes in. It's a game changer like bold political moves. It stabilizes electrical currents, reducing dirty electricity, much like cutting through the murky waters of politics. Plug it into any outlet and watch as it helps lower your energy costs, bringing much-needed relief, similar to a shift in political tides. Don't wait. Secure your 66% off discount at don'twastepower.com. It's a smart move in these turbulent times. Visit don'twastepower.com now. Now, last night in Waterloo, Iowa, former President Trump unleashed a torrent of criticism against Jack Smith, whom he dubbed deranged. His words were more than just rhetoric. They were a clarion call against what he perceives as rampant injustice in the American legal system. Trump's ability to stir the public's emotion was on full display as he expressed his disdain for the legal challenges he faces, casting them as politically motivated witch hunts. And Trump's focus on Jack Smith wasn't random. It's a calculated move highlighting what many conservatives see as a biased justice system targeting political adversaries. And Trump, known for his unfiltered speeches, didn't hold back, painting a vivid picture of a system skewed against him. His message resonated with the crowd, mirroring the frustrations of many Americans who feel the legal system is increasingly politicized. Watch.
We'll direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate every radical, out-of-control prosecutor, of which we have many, in America. I have a guy named Deranged Jack Smith. He's a deranged person. He happens to be after me. You know, the great one is the boxers hoax. They have a boxers. Biden has been taking stuff out of the White House or taking out wherever he was. He was a senator. For 50 years, he's got tremendous amounts of stuff. He had it brought to Chinatown. What's that all about? And then after it was brought there, it was distributed to different places. Chinatown. And it leaked to CNN, of course, because they leak. The prosecutors leak that he's not going to have any problem. But me, with a tiny amount, and I come under the Presidential Records Act, which gives me the absolute right to do it. With me, oh, I'm different. But mine was in a secure location. Everything was tippy-top. But, you know, with this guy, just think about it. They don't want to do anything. They're not going to do anything. It just came out. They released it. They leaked it. They leak it because they're dishonest. You're not supposed to leak that. They talk about classified documents, and they're leaking about classified documents. But he had many classified documents. Just think about it. And they leaked that he's going to be okay. He did nothing wrong. He did everything wrong. And he made it impossible for them. And he took things when he was a senator, which Dick Durbin is on television. He's a senator, Democrat. He's saying, oh, if he did that, that's a crime. That's a terrible thing. And he never came under the Presidential Records Act because he was vice president and he was a senator. But for him, it's okay. For me, and I have total protection. I'm allowed to do it. You know, the New York Times wrote an article, and I'm sure the writer got fired, but basically it said, please, 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 Mr. President, and that was the title, something like that. Please, 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 Mr. President, like James Brown. Did you ever hear please, please, please? Please, 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 Mr. President, may we have, they said the only right they have is to say, please, Mr. President, may we have them, because I'm entitled to them. And this was in the New York Times, big article, and yet they leak that Biden has no problem, but they continue because I have a deranged prosecutor. He's a deranged person. And the good news is people get it. That's why my poll numbers are so high, I believe. Because, you know, I would really I think we'd be winning by a lot, but now we're winning by numbers that nobody can believe. I think it's why our poll numbers, because they see this persecution that goes on in this two tiers of justice or injustice, and they don't like it. They don't want that. This is not what America is all about. So I appreciate everything, and I appreciate all the support we get, because that makes a big difference. When you have...
But Trump's rally wasn't the only headline in a development that could have far-reaching implications. Hunter Biden, the son of President Joe Biden, has been indicted on 9 tax crimes. This isn't just a personal scandal, it's a crisis that points directly to the inner circle of the president himself. The indictment, as unearthed by Josh Boswell of the Daily Mail, suggests a deeper entanglement of the Biden family in questionable activities. Now, the indictment isn't just about Hunter Biden, it's a window into a more extensive network of influence and potential corruption. Names mentioned in the indictment, though not directly, point to individuals closely linked to President Biden. This raises serious questions about the integrity and ethics of the president's inner circle. And Hunter Biden's legal troubles are not new, but this indictment brings to light the potential involvement of other key figures in Biden's orbit. The connections suggested by the indictment could have significant political repercussions, casting a long shadow over the president's administration. It's a narrative that, if proven true, could shake the foundations of the current administration. Watch this.
So this was really a case of piecing together from Hunter Biden's laptop files, looking at emails, text messages, documents on there, and then also some of the reports and the documents that have been released by these congressional investigations that are going on into the Biden family. Once you put all of that together, it becomes very clear who each of these unnamed people are. And really the picture that emerges is a bunch of people who are very close to Joe Biden. So for a start, you've got Jim Biden, his brother, is just named as Business Associate 3 in the indictment, but it's his brother. Mm-hmm. You've got 2 major donors to Joe. You've got a family friend, and you've also got someone who was helping Joe with his taxes throughout his vice presidency. So the picture you get really is, yes, this is an indictment of Hunter Biden, but there are a lot of close links to Joe here, and it raises the prospect that you may have Joe's name being invoked in the criminal case if that goes to trial.
All right, so to that point, you've got James Biden. I believe the tax advisor is Eric Schwerin, who was also a business partner of Hunter Biden, the 2 major donors, and a family friend whose wife worked for the First Lady. So far, though, no evidence of wrongdoing on Joe Biden's part. Is that because, Josh, there isn't any evidence of that, or there is, but it just hasn't been uncovered?
There is no smoking gun yet that incontrovertibly proves that Joe Biden was receiving money from some of these allegedly corrupt business deals that his son was doing. But there is a lot of evidence that points towards that potential conclusion, right? You've got, for example, that bombshell email from one of Hunter's business partners saying 10% for the big guy, which is named as Joe. You've got text messages from a business associate saying, the big guy, the chairman, my chairman is Joe Biden. But just don't say that when you're talking on text with Hunter. Lots of things like that point towards Joe being involved. One of the stories that I broke recently was about the company used to funnel money from this Chinese deal that Hunter did through to Hunter and Joe's brother Jim. That company, its agent was actually Joe's power of attorney, Mel Monzak. So, right. The more we dig into this, the more we see links to Joe Biden. And I think, through what's happening in Congress now, through the potential impeachment proceedings, I think we may find that evidence.
While the indictment itself is a bombshell, the real story lies in the implications it has for President Biden and his administration. If the ties suggested in the indictment hold, it will be a striking example of the kind of cronyism and corruption that many Americans are increasingly wary of in their government officials. It's a situation that calls for thorough investigation and transparency, something that seems to be in short supply in today's political climate. The unfolding story of Hunter Biden's indictment and its potential connections to President Biden's inner circle is more than just a legal drama. It's a test of the ethical standards we hold our highest office to and a reflection of the state of our political system. The American public deserves clear answers and accountability regardless of political affiliation. In the context of Trump's fiery rhetoric in Iowa, these developments take on an even more dramatic significance. They highlight the stark contrast in how political figures are treated in the public eye and the legal system. Trump's criticism of the justice system resonates more strongly in light of these recent revelations. It's a narrative that speaks to the heart of the American sense of fairness and justice. And this isn't just another political scandal. It's a moment of reckoning for the American political system. The implications of the Hunter Biden indictment extend far beyond the individual. They touch on the integrity of our republic and the trust we place in our leaders. It's a story that we, as a news organization, are committed to following closely, ensuring that our viewers are informed and engaged in what could be a defining moment in American politics. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. Now, tonight we've seen a stark contrast in American politics. On one side, we have former President Donald Trump standing firm, speaking truth to power in Iowa, unafraid to confront the so-called deranged forces against him. His resilience and determination are what America needs in these trying times. On the other side, we witness the unraveling saga of Hunter Biden, an indictment that casts a long, dark shadow over the Biden administration. This isn't just a question of legality. It's a matter of integrity. The alleged criminal behavior within Biden's inner circle is not just alarming, it's downright condemnable. It's clear that a change is necessary. As we approach the 2024 election, it's crucial to remember the importance of strong, transparent leadership. America needs a leader, unafraid to tackle corruption head-on, a leader like Donald Trump. It's time for the American people to make a stand and vote for a return to honesty, integrity, and strength in our Oval Office. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.